It is said that it is easier to maintain a great empire than to maintain a small family. Especially in these days when the influence of Kali Yuga is so strong that everyone is harassed and full of anxieties because of accepting the false presentation of Maya's family. The family we maintain is created by Maya. It is the perverted reflection of the family in Krishna Loka. In Krishna Loka, there are also family, friends, society, father and mother. Everything is there, but they are eternal. Here, as we change bodies, our family relationships also change. Sometimes we are in a family of human beings, sometimes in a family of demigods, sometimes a family of cats, and sometimes a family of dogs. Family, society, and friendship are flickering, and so they are called asat. It is said that as long as we are attached to this asat, temporary, non-existing society and family, we are always full of anxieties. The materialists do not know that the family, society, and friendship here in this material world are only shadows. And thus they become attached. Naturally, their hearts are always burning. But in spite of all inconvenience, they still work to maintain such false families because they have no information of the real family association with Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So here we see Lord Kapila further describing about attachment to family and how a conditioned soul conducts in this world. And he has used very strong words in today's verse. Sandahyamana sarvanga. Dahyamana means to burn. And sandahyamana sarvanga, all his parts of the body, all his limbs are burning. Esham udvahanadhina. For what? Esham, that's referring to the previous verse. Atmajaya sutagara pashudravina bandhushu. Maintaining one's body, wife, children, home, animals, wealth, and relatives, and friends, and family, and society. Esham udvahanadhina. Udvahana. Esham udvahana. That's his duty. I take care of my family. I take care of my wife, children. That's my duty. So, udvahana, maintaining them. Adhina, with full of anxiety. Sandahyamana. Adhina, sandahyamana is full of anxiety. And his sarvanga sandahyamana. All his bodily limbs are burning. And karoti aviratham mudho. Mudha is such a fool. See, again, very strong words. Bhagavatam and great acharyas and personality of Godhead, they all use such strong words to convey the seriousness of what is happening in this material world. Mudho karoti aviratham, constantly. Aviratham, day and night, always. Mudho aviratham karoti. What does he do? Duritani. He engages in all kinds of sinful activities. For what? Udvahana. Esham udvahana. For maintaining the family members. And durashayaha. Ashayaha means hope. I have a hope, I have a desire, I have a asha. Durashayaha means a hope which will never be fulfilled. Because yes, somebody may try to maintain the family, I want to maintain them very well. But the nature of the material world is that it will never be possible. Durashaya. That's why it is called Durashaya. Although he is always burning with anxiety. Sandahyamana sarvanga adhina. Such a fool, mudha, always aviratam, performs all kinds of mischievous activities. Duritani karoti. He performs all kinds of mischievous activities with a hope which is never to be fulfilled. Durashayaha. In order to maintain udvahana, his so-called family and society. Esham udvahanadhina. So, Srila Prabhupada begins the purport with a very strong, very nice statement. It is said that it is easier to maintain a great empire than to maintain a small family, especially in these days. Some years ago, about maybe 20 years ago, we had a devotee of our temple. He was an astrologer, very good astrologer, good meaning, high profile astrologer. He had high profile claims. And people when they are in difficulty, they go and confide with an astrologer. I'm having this problem, that problem. So he had one high profile claimant who was the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. And at least once a year or so, approximately, he would come and meet him and share predictions and whatever that. So he said, because he's a devotee, he came and told us. He said, the Prime Minister said, back in my country, the army, the air force, the navy, everything is under my control and they follow my command. But there is one person who won't follow my direction. That's my wife. See, this is how it is. You may have an empire, big empire, and the army, everything at your command and everything listening to you, you can manage them. But at home, very difficult. So, that's how it is. That is why, Sandahyamana sarvanga esham udvahanadhina. It's such an experience, a conditioned soul who has only this as the goal in life, to maintain my family nicely, and I have to derive happiness through that. Deriving happiness, having happiness as the goal in our life is not wrong, because that's our nature. But we must know the art and science of how to derive that happiness. Otherwise, we will be doing wrong things, as today's world is, as we see. So, here in the purport, there is something very interesting that Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, contrasting the understanding of a realization of a Mayavadi. For a Mayavadi who denies the existence, the reality and truth of this material world, who denies family, relationships, forms, activities, and they want to realize that I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. And in that realization, they are Brahman and there is Advayam, there is nothing else, Advaita. No second thing is there other than Brahman, only Brahman exists. How do you say the world exists? No, the world doesn't exist. Jagat Mithya, Brahma Eva Satya. This is the understanding they have. So, in their highest realization, they are all alone because there's only Brahman, Ekam Brahma, Sarvamidam Brahma. But to contrast that, the Vaishnava understanding, what the Bhagavatam teaches is, this family is a Maya family. It is a reflection of the family. There is a real family elsewhere. Just like you may see a shadow of a mango. If you try to bite the shadow, you will not get the sweetness of a mango. But the very fact that there is a shadow which looks like a mango indicates that there is a mango elsewhere. In the same way, just like there is a family here which looks like very enjoyable, very pleasant, very nice it will be to have a nice family. Such aspirations are there. So, the truth is that this is a Maya's construct. But there is a true family in Krishna Loka. So we are never alone. We belong to a family. We will be part of a family. We will be surrounded by a family in the spiritual world. But that will be Krishna's family, where Krishna is the center of everything in that family. Here in this world, each one of us are striving to become the center of our families. In this spiritual world, it's a completely different thing. Because of accepting the false presentation of Maya's family, the family we maintain is created by Maya. It is the perverted reflection of the family in Krishna Loka. In Krishna Loka, there are also family, friends, society, father, mother, everything is there, but they are eternal. So this is the kind of a realization that we see presented in the Bhagavatam. Now I'll point out one very interesting thing in the purport. Prabhupada says, family, society and friendship are flickering, and so they are called asat. It is said that as long as we are attached to this asat, temporary, non-existing society and family, we are always full of anxieties. Because this verse is talking about Sandahyamana Sarvanga. Esham Udvahana Adhina. Udvahana Adhina Sandahyamana Sarvanga. It's about anxiety, burning anxiety for maintaining. So, Prabhupada has said in the purport, it is said that as long as we are attached to this asat, temporary, non-existing society and family, we are always full of anxieties. Where is it said? Prabhupada is saying, it is said that as long as we are attached to this asat, temporary, non-existing society and family, we are full of anger. It's about attachment to family and anxiety. And why that anxiety is there? Because it is a false family. This is what this purport sentence is saying. And Prabhupada is saying it is said. Because Prabhupada is referring to the statement of Prahlad Maharaj elsewhere in the Bhagavatam. Tat sadhu manye asura varya dehinam sadha samudvigna dhyam asat griha. This is Prahlad's statement. Sadha samudvigna dhyam. Udvigna dhyam means dhyam, his consciousness, his mind, his intelligence. Udvigna means full of anxiety. Sadha samudvigna dhyam. And why is it? Asat grihat. He has accepted something that is asat as everything, and because of that, he feels anxiety. Just see how Srila Prabhupada very carefully writing the purport, very carefully analyzing, taking an instruction, taking some from some other part of the Bhagavatam and writing in the purport. So, Prahalad's statement, when Hiranyakashipu asked him, what is the best thing you have learnt, my dear son, from the teachers in the Gurukul? Tat sadhu manye. This is the best thing I have learned. I consider this to be the best thing, my dear father. And how did he address his father? Asuravarya. You're the greatest of the demons. Because they are known as Asura families. So he can say, greatest of the family of Asuras. Tat sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam sadha samudvigna dhiyam asatgrihat. So full of anxiety because of asatgriha. Hitvatma patam gruhamandhakupam. Very strong words. Hitva atma patam gruham andhakupam. Very carefully Prabhupada translates these verses. Atma patam means a situation or a place which stops self-realization. Atma patam, it ends the soul. If you simply translate that Sanskrit word, Atma patam means ends the soul. Our soul will never end, no? It means a place or a situation which ends understanding and realization of the soul. That is called Atma patam, place or situation. Hitvatma patam, hitva atma patam, give up. Hitvatma patam, gruham. Again, gruham, Prabhupada translates that as the bodily conception of life. Because it's the bodily conception of life that is gruham. The soul is in a gruha, in the body. And we are thinking this body is me. That is the bodily conception of life or household life. So the bodily conception of life which stops self-realization, or a household which stops self-realization. Hitva, one should give up. Hitvatma patam gruham andhakupam. Because it's a dark, deep, dark well. Such a situation is a deep, dark well. Hitvatma patam gruhamandakupam vanam gato yad harimashrayeta. He's telling his father, one should go to the forest, vanam gato yad, and harimashrayeta, and take shelter of Hari. This is the last thing Hiranyakashipu wanted to hear from his dear son. You see? So, like this, when we asatgrihat sadha samudvigna dhiyam, whenever we are in anxiety, whenever we are uncomfortable, unhappy, sarvanga sandahyamana, difficulties, we should, if you analyze our consciousness, somewhere it is because of asatgrihat. We are holding on to some temporary thing, some temporary feature of the material world due to bodily conception of life, due to ignorance, which is actually causing anxiety. A devotee of the Lord who is free from such misconceptions, he is not asatgrihat, he is satgrihat. He is holding on to Krishna and transcendence of the Lord. And such a person will be free from all anxiety. So this is the secret. Whenever, even as devotees, in our community of devotees, in our service, whenever we are having some difficulty, if you analyze carefully, it is because of asatgrihat, holding on to some material conception. Now, here the Bhagavatam is talking about a mudha, a conditioned soul who is aviratham karoti duritani durashaya udvahanadhina esham udvahanadhina aviratham karoti. He is working day and night, very hard working. Actually, we devotees also work very hard. We are also supposed to be aviratam, constantly working. There was one devotee among Prabhupada's disciples. There were many leaders those days in the 70s. And all of them had a big team of devotees, and they were collecting money, doing book distribution, all of them. So one of those devotees, and there was fierce competition among them, who will sell more books, and the reports would come to Prabhupada. So there was one devotee like that, a leader. His name was Guru Kripa Das. So he had a group of devotees, and they were distributing books and raising a lot of money. And once he came and told Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, my team of devotees, they are working 12 hours every day. Very hard working. Sometimes they work 14 hours. So he was just telling the report to, Prabhupada will be happy. So Prabhupada said, yes, very good. But ours is a 24-hour program. See? So Srila Prabhupada had this kind of how to inspire. And so the devotee, oh my God, this is not enough then for Prabhupada. So in other words, Prabhupada wanted us to work very hard for Krishna in his mission. So we also work very hard. It's not that we sleep. It's not that some kind of an easy life that we have joined ashram to have easy, nice life. That should not be the attitude at all. We have come here to do service for Srila Prabhupada. In fact, there is a very interesting one letter that Prabhupada wrote to another leader of ISKCON at that time in 1971. You will see this very interesting. Prabhupada writes, not for a single moment shall we be without ISKCON thought. This is my request to you all. Just see. Not for a single moment shall we be without ISKCON thought. This is my request to you all. It's not only for him. This is my request to you all. So it's very interesting here we see how much Prabhupada gave importance to the institution of his also. Not for a single moment shall we be without ISKCON thought. So, ISKCON, the institution, Srila Prabhupada's institution, is meant for serving Krishna's mission, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. And we must be thinking about the mission, Krishna's mission, which is manifest according to Srila Prabhupada's plan through an institutional arrangement. So, actually this is known as, technically called, Tadiya Upasanam. Tadiya means anything connected to Krishna. That word Tadiya Upasanam, Prabhupada uses that, explains that in the purport. That Tadiya Upasana means worship of the Lord and things connected with the Lord. This idea, Tadiya Upasanam, comes from Lord Shiva's statement in Padma Purana. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param tasmat parataram devi tadiya samarchanam. Tadiya. Tadiya means anything connected with the Lord. Parvati asked the question, my dear Lord Shiva, I have attained you, I have become your wife. Have I attained the highest thing? Have I done the highest thing? So Lord Shiva replied, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param. No, my dear Devi, you have not done the highest thing. Vishnur aradhanam param is the highest. So Parvati may become disappointed to hear that. Then Lord Shiva said, Tasmat Parataram Devi, no, there is something higher than even worshipping Vishnu. What is that? Tadiya Samarchanam. To worship one who is connected to Vishnu, and that is a devotee, and I am such a devotee of Vishnu. So worshipping me as a devotee of Vishnu is even higher than worshipping Vishnu also. That's the kind of a consolation Lord Shiva gave to Parvati. So there, this expression is there, Tadiya Samarchanam. So the institution is connected to the Lord. And hence, because it is connected to the Lord, it is fulfilling the Lord's mission. So we should be always thinking about the welfare of the institution, the well-being of the institution, the expansion of the institution, because the institution is connected to Krishna and created by a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. There's a very interesting incident in Srila Prabhupada's life. This happened in the year, which year? 1972. Prabhupada had come to Madras. Those days, Chennai was called Madras. And the well-known statesman in our country, Rajagopalachari, was there in Madras, and he was in his 90s, very elderly. And there were few devotees in Madras temple at that time. Giriraj Swami used to come and be there for some time on and off. So he had made connections with Rajagopalachari. So he would go and meet him and tell him. And so when Srila Prabhupada arrived there, he arranged a meeting that Prabhupada would meet Rajagopalachari. He was known as Rajaji, respectfully. And that's how we have our name, Rajaji Nagar. So in 1972, early February, there was a conversation, recorded conversation, you can see in the database, Prabhupada meeting Rajaji. Now, Rajaji was an intelligent man. He had written the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, very pious, very religious, very respected statesman, good politician, leader, teacher. He also started off as a teacher in his life. So, when he had interacted with Giriraj and a few other devotees, he had asked them and he had engaged in a discussion, but maybe they did not explain properly or adequately. So, when he met Srila Prabhupada, he asked the same question that was in his mind. He tells Prabhupada, I know you want to spread the message of Gita Acharya, Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita. You want to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita. But wouldn't it have been better that you just spread the message of Krishna without creating an organization? Because moment there is organization, there is an ego connected with the organization. Your organization should be better than the other organization. Your organization should be bigger than the other organization. All these kind of things will come about. Then people you are in your organization, they will become attached to the organization. Instead of becoming attached to God, they will become attached to the organization. So this was the question that Rajaji asked Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said, yes, you see, the nature is that we have to be attached. If we become detached from the material world, we have to be attached to something else. So we have to be attached to God. So immediately Rajaji said, yes, that is correct. And then he quotes one Tirukural, one of the statements, one of the writings in Tamil. He says, yes, have you heard of that? There it is said that if you have to become detached, here you have to become attached to God. And Prabhupada also says, yes, very important. One has to become attached to God. So then again Rajaji says, so God, so for me let me say Govinda. So one has to become attached to Govinda, not to organization. So Prabhupada says, Govinda is absolute. Govinda and Govinda's organization, there is no difference. And hence, if one becomes attached to Govinda's organization, then it is okay. Like this, the discussion goes on, and then Rajaji hears that, and he's very respectful to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was younger compared to he was in his 90s. And very happily, the two of them, then they part. Very respectfully, very happy with the explanation that Prabhupada gave. So, the point is, Prabhupada, the institution that he has created, he is saying Govinda and Govinda's organization are non-different. So it is a very, very sacred thing, this organization, meant to run, establish and execute Krishna's mission, the Parampara's mission, and we are part of that. We are blessed to be part of that, to work for this organization of Srila Prabhupada. And we must keep it pure. So, these are all important aspirations of the Lord. Now, so, aviratham karoti, conditioned soul works constantly for the sake of maintaining a false family, whereas we are interested in working for the mission of the Lord. Actually, working for the mission of the Lord, working, is a very important factor for purification of the conditioned soul. In fact, in the 11th chapter of the Gita, when Krishna says, Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sanghavarjitaha. Prabhupada writes in the purport, this shloka is the essence of Gita. It is this 1155, 11th chapter, last verse, is considered to be the essence of the Gita. Because mat karma krin, mat paramo, mat bhakta sanghavarjitaha. Mat karma krin means do my work. Doing Krishna's work. So that's what this institution is meant for. Doing Krishna's work. Mat karma krin, mat paramo. And consider Krishna to be the ultimate in our life. Before we were considering so many things as important in our life and we were pursuing. Now, after coming in touch with Srila Prabhupada's message, we must understand mat karma krin mat paramo. Doing Krishna's work, Krishna is the ultimate, is the highest thing in my life. That conviction, that understanding. Krishna is the ultimate. Attaining Krishna is the ultimate. That's called mat paramo. Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sanghavarjitaha. And because we all, as conditioned souls, we all have different natures. And according to our nature, we must work very hard in serving the mission of the Lord, in seeing that the mission of the Lord, Prabhupada's institution, is running well. It's maintaining its purity, the standards that Prabhupada has set, and it is expanding and reaching out to people the message of the Lord. And within ourselves, those who are part of the institution, we are getting purified ourselves. This is all the mission of the Lord, of Prabhupada. This is the institution that he has created. So working hard for the institution is a way for us to purify. And so this working for the Lord and offering the results to the Lord is called Karma Yoga. Mat Karma Krin is actually an aspect of Karma Yoga. And Karma Yoga is a preliminary stage of Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti Yoga is Shravanam Kirtanam. Hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, etc. But as conditioned souls, we are not yet able to come to that stage. And so the preliminary stage is Mat Karma Krin, doing Krishna Karma, doing Krishna's work. Prabhupada uses the word Mat Karma Krin. Mat Karma is Krishna Karma in the Bhagavad Gita purport of that verse. So Prabhupada writes in one of the essays that he wrote before 1965, before he went to the West. Had not Lord Krishna mercifully instructed the process of Karma Yoga to his devotee Sri Arjuna, the ignorant souls would have suffered miserably for all time. It's a great mercy of the Lord that he instructed this Karma Yoga, working for Krishna, working and offering the results to Krishna, which is an early stage of the Bhakti Yoga process. In one sense, interchangeably one can use also. So this is the way that Prabhupada conceived of the institution. Recently one devotee, sometimes devotees get bewildered and influenced by Maya, and the devotee left. And then I was trying to talk to him and telling him to understand what happened, why. Then he said, Prabhu, in our temples there is too much management. This is the statement he made. So I tried to reason with him and I tried to tell him, see, all these kind of things, before we make up our mind, we should understand what is Prabhupada thinking about all these things. How is Prabhupada looking at all these things? Prabhupada considered management of the institution a very important aspect. It's a very important service. If there is no mismanagement, there will be mismanagement. There will be all kinds of things happening. People will be bewildered. Devotees will be bewildered. They'll be doing different things. Organization means it's a way to organize Lord's mission. And there has to be management. Prabhupada used the word vigilant management. Managers have to be very vigilant, constantly looking out whether everything is going on properly, all the devotees are in the right consciousness. There is no Gramya Katha, gossips going on among the community of devotees. Because Gramya Katham Sakalam Bipalam, all of that will destroy bhakti. Gramya Katha means all these gossips, unnecessary thing, that devotee did this, that happened, that, which is not relevant to our service, relevant to our Krishna consciousness, our personal situation, our service, all unnecessary talks like that. So it can destroy bhakti. So Prabhupada considered that one has to take care of this institution very carefully, meticulously, so that everyone is practicing sadhana, they are getting purified, and our outreach programs, reaching out to the public, engaging them in Krishna consciousness, all of this is happening very nicely. So Prabhupada said that some people think Kurukshetra Leela of the Lord is not spiritual, only Krishna dancing with the gopis is spiritual. No. Everything connected with Krishna is spiritual, including his institution that Srila Prabhupada has blessed, which is meant to serve Krishna's mission. So, conditioned souls, out of foolishness, mudha aviratam karoti. Foolishly he is thinking, I have to maintain these families and working very hard. Duritani durashaya. And commits all kinds of sinful activities also. So, as devotees, we also have to work hard for spreading the mission of the Lord for serving Prabhupada's institution. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.